You're still with us on Open Exchange. We're now going to take a look at actions that businesses can take to rescue their consumption as well as their energy costs. And joining us for more on that is Valerie Geen. She's the head of energy at the National Business Initiative. Valerie, thanks for your time. Your particular organization looks at energy efficiency, cost reduction when it comes to energy. But it's hard to talk about energy efficiency when we don't really have energy to begin with. I mean, Eskom telling us about load shedding for the next couple of hours or so. How does this fall in line with what you're trying to do?
Good morning. Giving me this opportunity. I think energy efficiency is what the International Energy Efficiency Agency called the first fuel. That actually before you look for coal, for diesel, for anything else, the fuel is right there in your backyard to save. And at the moment, with the current challenges we're faced with, you have to look at a comprehensive solution. And that solution is both on the supply side and the demand side. The supply being where else can we get energy from, how can we augment energy supply and so on. Where the NBI and the project that we're running, the private sector energy efficiency, comes in is that ours is looking at how do we help on the demand side. So we put less pressure as Eskom is trying to get its house in order in terms of the supply side. So taking less energy, using less energy is what energy efficiency is about. But I think a misconception for many people is that it's just about switching off lights. It's also about a whole lot of things. It might be behavioral change, it might be technology, different technologies. But what we've been finding in the project that we're currently running, which extends nationwide and it's open, by the way, to people to call us and take advantage.
Let's talk about that program,
Sure.
Because if I'm a business owner, small, medium, or even large, and I hear about what you do, what can you offer me to make sure that I'm more efficient in my use?
All right, so let's start with small businesses, because I think people quite often ignore small businesses. Small businesses, we found, don't know how to read the energy bill so that they know how much energy they're consuming and therefore know where the opportunity is to save. They need a lot of education and capacity building around what those potential savings and where they can get them from, even understanding what their tariff is and therefore how to negotiate their tariffs to save energy. So that's and then so we're offering workshops and training and advisory support to small businesses, and especially businesses like bakeries and laundries which use a lot of energy. Those are the ones that we call us so that we can give you help and advice on that. And then your medium-sized businesses, and particularly those that are in the manufacturing sector or industrial sectors where a lot of energy is being consumed, we're offering them a free audit, which is to the value of between 30 and 40,000 rand. And what that really does is help them see opportunities that are right in front of them that they may not have seen. And to give you an example of some of those opportunities, we find people using compressed air to cool themselves off, for example, and not realizing that they're actually wasting energy in doing that.
So let me understand this energy efficiency, the energy that is being saved can be reused within the business. That's the okay.
So in essence, what that audit comprises of is going to our consultants who are very skilled, going out to those companies and going through their whole business or their whole site and looking at opportunities. And we have found to a total of about 900 different opportunities that businesses are missing. It comes to different things in terms of management processes. It comes to maintenance issues where they can actually save energy. And let's just use lighting, which is the common example. Instead of just talking about switching off lights, it's also identifying whether you don't have too many lights that you don't actually need for the activity you're doing in your business. Big business, I think, is where, of course, a huge focus lies, because they obviously are the biggest energy consumers, especially in this time where we need to reduce energy. And in the offering that we give to them, it's a subsidized offering. We pay 60% of the cost, they 40%. And it's to help them with a very strategic, because they're big, they need to think very strategically about their different business units.
Valerie, we're going to have to leave it at that for today, but thank you for alerting us to this and showing that there are different things that businesses can do. And that was Valerie Geen. She's the head at the energy at the National Business Initiative. We now shift our focus to the west of the continent, where Wale is standing by. Wale, I'm sure it's all about elections still. During the course of the show yesterday, I saw a strap come up and it said something like there could be delays if a particular deadline isn't met, and I think it was the 8th of February. What's the latest there?
Right. Yes, absolutely. That was the report, Reuters report indeed. But then the Independent National Electoral Commission spokesperson has actually refuted that, and we'll be speaking to him later on in the show. Of course, it's all about the elections these days and the quality of registration of voters and their ability to have what is called permanent voters cards, which they would be needing to vote on the day. Distribution of that obviously hasn't been on schedule, and that has now necessitated a postponement of that deadline to the February the 8th. But then there are still some concerns that even with that extension of the deadline,